where we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Rodgers, Packers, going up against Cards, Raiders. With that, we'll get you out to Oakland, so we'll hand it over to our colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, after an off-season of questions, football is back here in the East Bay at Oakland, California. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Green Bay Packers and the Oakland Raiders. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. One thing's for sure, with Jordy Nelson, you can't fault his toughness. And we saw that on display in the NFC Championship game with that rib injury he played through.
To be honest with you, I didn't think he was going to play in the game. When I hear 2 cracked ribs, I just don't see that as a recipe for a guy being able to play wide receiver in a championship game. And he came back in about 2 weeks' time. You're exactly right. Excellent toughness, incredible toughness, and how about the production during the game? He was a factor, especially early.
Yeah, scored a touchdown, 67 yards as well. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And Cook has it, left side.
As we well know, there's no shortage of weapons for the Green Bay Packers, but I think Jared Cook's emergence this year was a big factor in them going from 4-6 and making the run they did to the NFC Championship game.
And with that emergence, you look at him, he's a free agent, turns 30 in April. They want this guy back, you would think. I
would think so, especially because the rapport between he and Aaron Rodgers got better and better as the season went on, culminating with that incredible catch in the game against Dallas in the playoffs.
And for this offensive unit, Eddie Lacy, sometimes he even has the Auburn fans saying roll tide.
Now that's big right there, because for them to say that, wow, that tells you how good a talent he really is. When he gets rumbling, the field tilts in his favor.
Maybe I overstepped my bounds there a bit, but he's good.
Brandon, you never want to get in the middle of Alabama versus Auburn.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
Aldon Smith had an absolute off-the-charts rookie season and continues to be one of the best playmakers at outside linebacker.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's caught. Nelson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Caught left side by Cobb. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll try to pound it in with Lacy. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Snap comes at 1. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams from a yard out. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
All right, here we go. Wide, and yeah, we go rally. Rally. Hey, we go rally. Rally.
Murray the lone setback.
We ready? Red, 18, zebra. Hold on, baby. Alert. Alert. Hey, we go rally. Here we go, baby. Alert.
Carnell on first down. Here's Wolford over the middle. And right away, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And as the Packers get set to come back out on offense, and Charles, I want to ask you a question. You can take it offensively or defensively for Green Bay as they look to next year. Where do they need to focus, draft and otherwise?
I think I'll start on the offensive side of the ball, and I think running back is going to be a position they have to address. No matter what they decide to do with Eddie Lacy, decide what they're going to do with Ty Montgomery, but get more running backs into the mix. I think offensive line, you always want to fortify that position. But flip it over to the defensive side, who's going to be the pass rusher besides Clay Matthews? Is Nick Perry still coming on? Do they have to draft someone else to help supplement Julius Peppers? In the secondary, they need corners that can cover. That's a big spot for them.
They'll come out in the pistol. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Holmes has got it complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
All right, here we go, baby. Alert, alert. Hey, we go rally, rally. Here we go. Zebra.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Wide and yay, zebra. Hey, we go rally, rally.
Shift together here from the D-line. That was second down run for Murray. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Yeah, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III.
We ready? Wide and yay. Wide.
Throwing on first down, it's Carr. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And for that man, Crabtree just finished his 8th NFL season. Of course, the first 6 in San Fran, last 2 with the Raiders. Barely topped the 1,000-yard mark, but he did 1,003 this season.
It's been interesting to watch the career arc of Michael Crabtree, because you remember when he came out of college, came out of Texas Tech, he was seen as a pure #1 receiver. Many thought he was going to be a future All-Pro. But he settled in as the #2 guy in Oakland, and I think that's been great for him. Taking the pressure off of Amari Cooper and making plays himself.
And with that, it's 2-minute warning time here, the NFL on EA Sports.
Alert, baby, alert, alert, baby, alert. All right, here we go. Hey, we go rally. We ready? Red, ain't zebra. Alert, baby, alert, alert.
They go back to Murray on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Zebra. Alert, baby, alert, alert. All right, here we go. Wide and yay.
Carr to throw on second down. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Running it with their receiver, Cooper. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Here we go. Wide.
On play action, it's Carr. Finding time. Airing one deep for Crabtree. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And now it's third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Open man is Holmes. 9 yards on the play and a first down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. And quickly, they get to the line.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Throwing now is Carr. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Here we go. Red 18.
Throwing his car on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Nick Perry with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
6:30.
And the back goes into motion. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Snap comes at 1. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They go play action for Lacey. Now Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they're going to go play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
319.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's got time. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here's Carr to throw. Brought in by Walford, right side. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And that's complete to Walford. Give him 9 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. They must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Now Carr, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. One back is Lacey. Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And we got a second here overlooked by the Super Bowl. Some of the awards given out. Matt Ryan, obviously the MVP, but interesting to see Dak and Zeke finish 1-2 in Rookie of the Year, and you expected that.
Yeah, we expect that. Offensive Rookie of the Year, but I loved how Dak handled it. Said he wished he had a knife so he could split it in half so both could have it. And Joey Bosa was the Defensive Rookie of the Year.
And then Man of the Year, that was split between Larry Fitzgerald and Eli Manning.
Yes, and both of them well-deserved it. I mean, it was fantastic to see both of them on the stage getting that award. And the league loves to acknowledge the Man of the Year because it's not just about what you're doing on the football field, what you're doing in the community, how you're making this place a much better world.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately.
This will be caught by Nelson for a Packer touchdown. Jordy Nelson, 32 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Kenny Clark in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw is Carr. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And it's 4th down.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down.
We ready? We go rally. Rally. Hey, we go rally. Rally.
running out here on the play clock. Throwing now is Carr. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Packers are going to